Here's the truth, Bears fans. Either the change happens now or it's game over. The blind side is falling apart week after week, and the guy trusted to protect our franchise QB is getting smoked. Worse, the coaches know it. The O-line coach even admitted it. The drop-off in the second half is real and nobody's doing anything. Meanwhile, Caleb Williams is taking hit after hit. They've already got a plan to shift Darnell Wright to left tackle, but what are they waiting for? The bye week is coming up. This is the window to fix it. Miss that chance, and you're not just losing games, you're risking the future. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's break down this O-line mess before it turns into a full-blown disaster. The 2025 season started with high hopes for the Chicago Bears. With Caleb Williams entering year 2, fans expected a major leap, especially after the promise that his protection would be significantly improved compared to 2024, when he was sacked an NFL-high 68 times. But just 2 weeks in, instead of improvement, it looks like things might be even worse. And the name at the center of the storm is left tackle Braxton Jones, for now still the starter. According to Pro Football Focus, Caleb Williams has been pressured on 37.5% of his dropbacks so far. That's 2 full percentage points higher than last season. Even more troubling, over 40% of those pressures have come through Braxton Jones. That's an outrageous number, especially for a player who just last season was arguably the most consistent lineman on the team. So what happened? Well, Jones is coming off a season-ending ankle injury and barely held onto his job through training camp, competing with Ozzie Trapillo, Curran Aimgadji, and Theo Benedict. The Bears waited until the very end of camp to name him the starter, not by accident. There were legitimate concerns about his health and whether he could take the next step. Now, those concerns look very real, and the regression is showing up clearly. According to The Athletic, 9 of the 13 pressures Jones has allowed so far have come in the second half of games, a possible sign of stamina or conditioning issues. Head coach Ben Johnson tried to stay diplomatic, saying Jones has started both games strong, but admitted the finish hasn't been there. Offensive line coach Dan Rauschar was more blunt. "We've seen a decline in both games. We have to manage that better." So what's the fix? The obvious answer would be to bench Jones and plug in someone else. But if it were that simple, one of the 3 backups would have already taken his job in camp. Trapillo started hot in preseason, but faded and became Darnell Wright's backup on the right side. Aimgadji, a 3rd-round pick in 2024, still hasn't developed like the team hoped. Benedict is a great story and a hard worker, but his physical limitations make it hard to picture him as a full-time NFL starter. That leaves one real option: moving Darnell Wright, who's been dominant at right tackle, over to the left side, and inserting Trapillo at right tackle. In fact, this was already the long-term plan for 2026, and with a Week 5 bye on the schedule, now might be the time to accelerate that plan. The extra week of preparation could make a midseason switch a lot more feasible, and if you're wondering whether Wright can handle the move, just look at the numbers. He's been absolutely elite so far this year, not just Chicago's best lineman, but one of the top tackles in the entire NFL, according to PFF. He's consistent, technically sound, and physically dominant. His flexibility might be the key to solving this problem. The only question is whether Trapillo is ready to step in on the right side. If the coaching staff believes he is, then making the move now might be the only way to save Caleb Williams from another season of punishment. Because the truth is ugly. Williams has already taken too many hits, and no matter how talented he is, no quarterback can survive that kind of pressure week after week. His development depends on time, protection, and trust. And right now, Chicago is failing him on all 3 fronts. The season is still young, but urgency is real. If the offensive line isn't fixed, the damage could go far beyond 2025. This isn't just about losses on the scoreboard. This is about the potential derailment of a franchise QB. Ben Johnson is going to have to make a tough call, and soon. Keeping Jones might mean stubbornly holding onto a bad bet, but rushing a major change without preparation carries risks too. Still, waiting too long might be the biggest risk of all. So what would you do if you were in the Bears' locker room right now? Give Braxton Jones one more chance to prove himself, or make the change before it's too late. Drop your take in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. The NFL season is just getting started, and things in Chicago might get even more intense.